Well, first of all, there was a nice turnaround by us from last night. I told my players after the game last night when we got back to, again, it's here to put the shot up on the wall in 3 periods and showed them that we got one grade A shot last night. It was like the grade A area was radioactive to us. We didn't want to go in there at all. And tonight we got at them and got after them a lot better. The big difference in the shots were the fact that we give them a lot of shots outside and they got a lot of shots on their power play. But they can generate offense, and we did a pretty good job bending but not breaking. And I thought I didn't do a dig right on saying the 3 stars. The top star was Brent Robizer. He had a heck of a night. Played very, very well tonight. Great to see him get a huge win for us here. I thought our freshmen really played, not just because they had goals, but I thought all our freshmen played real well. Especially our 2 freshman defensemen. They had a real shot. I think they were +3. And I thought the big goal of the game was the shot-handed goal that Chiasson got that time up. We were a man down. They could tie it up. Instead, we go ahead. And they go ahead. Instead, we go ahead. So pretty nice that we got that time. And then obviously Gill's goal was a fabulous goal. The kid can really, he has a knack for the net. He picked that puck up and went in. I would have, not that you can bet in the NCAA, but I would have bet the mortgage on my house that he was going to score that goal, because he's that type of goal scorer. Very, very clever kid. Only down thing was we lost our captain, Chris Conley, with a broken finger. Probably be out 4 to 6 weeks. That happened in the first period. And there's another reason. I thought losing your first line left wing was one thing, losing your captain is another thing, but losing a junior, we don't have many upperclassmen now. You lose a junior who's important to us that way too. That's gonna, people have to step up. But certainly Nieto stepped up in his spot, and Gill stepped up. I thought Charlie Coyle played great tonight. I thought he was unbelievable. I don't know if he got any points, but he didn't get a point. I thought he played extremely well. Like most of our wins this year, goaltending has been huge in our wins, and Kieran Milan has played extremely well for us all year, and now this is the 3rd game that Roby looks like he's on top of his game as well. I thought he was really good tonight. That's about it.
Kind of a wild second period with you scoring a bunch of goals, and you could have given up a number of goals.
Yeah.
I think defensemen on both teams were coughing it up a lot. But then there's real night and day difference to me, second period, third period, with your defense really looking a lot more poised. Did you do anything to calm those guys
Yeah,
down?
we did. We changed our forecheck a little bit, and so it got us a little bit more in tune, slowing the game down a little. And we stopped our wings. Our wings kept passing them, coming out of the zone. They're halfway, they're 5 feet from our blue line, and they're trying to pass it back to our D and giving them bounce passes, all kinds of pressure on the D. And then the D turned it over a few times too, where they just passed it to somebody. Last 5 minutes of the second period, we must have turned it over 6 times. It gave great opportunities. But when we come up big, the guy that turned it over came back and made a great play. Joey Pereira one time did it, and in the 3rd period turned it over and came back and caught the guy with a great defensive play. So sometimes it's not what you do; it's when you do something bad. It's how you react to what you do. And we reacted pretty well to any mistakes we made tonight.
You mentioned Chiasson. It seemed like he just was playing with sort of a new confidence tonight in a way. I saw he was just dangling with the puck around, especially behind the net. Have you seen sort of a step forward from him?
Well, I think he's made a huge step this year as far as confidence. He's given us great games every game, shift after shift, and practice after practice. The thing that's best about his game right now is he's so consistent. He's made a step up because he's more confident. He's a better player right now, but he's a more consistent player by far than he was last year. So that's really helped. And I thought he was one of the guys that played pretty well last night and really was upset with his team and with what happened last night. I think he was more determined than ever to make sure that things went well tonight. He did a great job that way.
Coach, how big was the overturned goal?
Well, I think that was huge, because that was a shorthanded goal too, and that would have been a real mess for us, I think. So that really, they scored, probably about 4 minutes later after that, but it wasn't off our power play, and it wasn't They would have got people, because it was a real bad turnover. And then the guy who made the turnover had his guy, because Wasowski made a great recovery to go play the guy with the puck. And the guy with the puck didn't go. The guy that the defenseman made the turnover should have got the goal. So got him off the hook, that's for sure.
Can you just talk about Clendening finally getting that monkey off his back and getting that first goal?
Yeah, well, he's a defenseman, so I don't think it's like a real monkey like it was a
Yeah.
forward. I think, but it was a pretty nice shot. He's an offensive defenseman. He played much better tonight. I thought he played okay the first half of the game last night. I thought his game deteriorated badly not last night, and I thought he gave us 60 minutes tonight.
Coach, you mentioned last night the only place they were inexperienced was a goal. We didn't expose that. Do you think you did expose it tonight, particularly up high on him?
I think, well, when you get 4 goals in a period, you're doing something right, and the goaltender's, he's got to be making some mistakes. He's not. We did get up high on him, but Gill's goal wasn't up high. Gill's goal was 5-0, I believe. He just undressed him, exploded to the net. The other 3 were up over him. I don't know if we exposed him. We just had some good, bang plays. The short-handed goal was a bang play. Not a lot he could have done with it.
Coach, speaking of goalies, what's the thinking that goes behind starting Roley as opposed to Kieran?
Because Roley's played well and he deserves to play. He's not, Kieran's our number 1 goaltender. There's no question about that. But Roley's a guy that we think deserves to play. He's playing that well. And I didn't want to play him next week against Brown because it's only 1 game that week, and I didn't want Kieran not playing for 2 full weeks. So the logic was to play him 1 game this weekend. We decided to go with him at home.
Makes you look good.
Made my goaltender look good. I mean, made my goaltender coach look good. He's the one that made the call.
Okay.
You have to be pleased with how sharp he was for not having played in a few
Well, I don't know
weeks.
if you remember the last game he played, he was awfully sharp too, where he looked real smooth and in complete control, and I thought he was very, very cool, calm, and collected tonight.
Coach, your team scored a lot of goals in the last minute and a half period. Last week, back tonight here in the second period, 3 times in the icebreaker. Is that a more concerted effort, or is that just the team playing more consistent?
I think it's a team trying to get things done before the period is over. We have one of our goals is to win the first 3 and last 3 of the period, and that means mostly not give up a goal. But we gave up a goal last night. We gave up a goal against Merrimack late one time. We had one of the goals of our game every game is to make sure we don't do something bad and try to get something good happen. Last 3 minutes, first 3 minutes, last 3 minutes of the period.
Big win over a quality Hockey East opponent. How do you make sure that this team doesn't have a letdown maybe next week against possibly a lesser out-of-conference opponent?
Well, first of all, I think Brown has got the best power play in the nation right now. So if we're not ready for them, and they've had some pretty good wins already this year. They've turned that program around, and they'll be, and out-of-conference games are huge. So I think we'll be ready to play.
No questions?
Thanks, Coach.